What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for the second episode of Attack on Titan: Lost Girls. Probably wondering, Glenn, what the fuck took you so long to get this review up? Well, it's because I didn't know the episode was already out. Yeah, I'm glad you know. I knew the episodes were bundled with the manga, so I could just Google the release dates myself, but. So yeah, guys, apologies if any of y'all were wondering, oh, Glenn, we're wondering, hey, where's the second episode? I didn't even know when it was even really coming out. I didn't see a trailer. I just kind of I just looked up. I'm like, what is it actually out already? I looked, oh shit, there's that. I do know the second episode is coming on August 8th or 9th, so I'll probably so when the third episode drops, you'll definitely see it in the same month. I promise you that, but although it might take a while because we got the Sand Fan Sons to come out, yada 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 yada. You get the point. Anyway, so yeah, overall, I really did enjoy this. This episode was amazing. I really dig that the show that definitely while Lost Girls isn't explaining everything dealing with Annie, that we've kind of questioned, how does she have Titan powers? Where did she get them? How did she get them? Questions like that. I feel like those are questions that will be answered in the main series of what exactly her relation is to Bertolt and Reiner. I'm sure all those questions, like the really big questions surrounding Annie, will get answered in the course of the main series of Attack on Titan. Whether or not it's in season 3 or later seasons remains to be seen. At least for me, because you guys know I'm an anime only. So if any of y'all were expecting that, then yeah. This isn't like Kingdom Hearts where they're gonna explain major plot details that will be followed up in later games that are released on the fucking DS. This ain't like Kingdom Hearts. Everything's yes, here are some little tidbits about little bits and pieces about Annie's past, but nothing really major. I feel like all the major plot points surrounding her will of course be explained in the actual main series of Attack on Titan. So, with all that being said, let's begin. So, it starts off where we left off last week with Annie charging at the door because this dude's trying to get in, and he's so she manages to get the door right as this dude starts to open it. She closes it, holds her weight against to make sure she can. I think she also locks the door also as well. And dude's open up! So open up, blah blah. You making fun of me, blah blah blah. The man's just ready at this point. He's and then he lets go. And Annie actually says, when she's trying to when she's holding the door back from letting him opening it, she's like, if he gets in here, I'll kill him. I'll have to kill him. Don't know why she needs to go that far. I think maybe it's just because there is a dead body there, so she doesn't. Because it feels like throughout this whole episode, we find out that this anime does take place after the event. We already know it took place after the events of after the first arc of season 1, but we didn't really know when exactly it took place between the second half of season 1. But I can definitely tell that this takes place after season the first arc, but before the event of the second arc, when of course the female Titan actually shows up. So we get that little clarification whether this actually takes place. I'm curious where Mikasa's story is going to take place. It'll probably take place around the same time frame, or it might take place a little bit later on. We'll have to wait and see for that. Anyway, because it looks like throughout the whole episode, she's being we see kind of little bits and pieces about her forming her plan to try to kidnap Eren. So it looks like she's just trying not to bring much attention to herself, so that people don't expect her to maybe be the female Titan. So she kind of keeps her head down, and just blends in, and just not to bring attention to herself, which is probably why she didn't want him in there, because and throughout the later events, it seems like that's what she was trying to do, with some of her actions she does later on in this episode. Anyway, so she manages to let up. She checks around, finds the body, checks the body again. I gotta say, that facial expression on dude's face, whew, that's the face of a man that has seen some shit before he died. That man looked like he saw some shit before he died. And so after she gets rid of the guy, she looks around. She sits on the bed. She looks at his corpse. Where we find out really why she said actually that she checks his wallet and realizes Kemper, which I believe was the guy she was looking for in the first episode. I didn't really watch the first episode, which I probably should have, but hey, whatever. Anyway, so. When she finds it, okay, that's him. She then kind of sits down and thinks really about what she should do, and because she says, okay, if I tell my superiors or people find his body, I will be interrogated as the main agent for this case, and that means I won't be able to fulfill tomorrow's mission, which is of course kidnapping Eren, as we've seen in the second half of season 1. So she can't report to his superiors, and she can't really just leave him here and kind of like abandon it. Because then she won't be able to return to the military police, they'll be down with her, and then her identity might be revealed as she pulls out the ring out of her pocket, which is the ring, of course, she like slit her thumb against around the end of season 1, when of course she revealed to Eren, Mikasa, and Armin that she is, of course, the female Titan. So she's like, okay, well, I can't do that either. And so she ends up deciding, you know what, I'm going to find Karen, I'm going to find Carrie, or Carly, I should say it was, Carly, and I'm going to find Carly, and then I'm going to get rid of his body. That way, I get the mission done, no evidence left, and I get to go home and take out Eren. So, she ends up leaving, and then where she then meet up by these two guys, which one of them was actually a guy she nearly broke his arm of in the first episode, where he's like, yeah, look for this guy with a red eye, with a red glass eye. You'll know when you see him. And so they're pretty much just, of course, then she kind of, and then so when they get to the carriage, she's there, and they're being like, oh, hey, well, then there's the guy behind her with a gun pointed out her head, which I was like, oh, hey, she's gonna kill y'all. She's gonna kill you both. 3, 2, wait, what? She's not killing you? Okay. Or beating the shit out of you and getting the questions out that way. Apologies if you guys hear anything outside of my voice. I got the window because it's fucking hot as hell up in here. Anyway, so, okay. Yeah, so they end up going in. She takes her notebook, is like, oh, so you're looking, okay. And pretty much figures out what Annie's really doing, like, okay, you can't tell your superiors about this. Why? Or my theory is correct. She's like, yes. And she asks him for, like, his ring back. And we also see a little flashback back to when Annie was around, like, a little teenager, like, around a little kid, like, around teenager, 10-ish, 12-ish age, where we see, like, the look on Annie's face is, whew, and the voice acting was great in this episode, where we actually see her, she's like, again, and then Annie, like, her father comes up to her, and then, like, I guess out of fear or reflexes, she just starts kicking his leg over and over and over and over again, and we actually see him again. We see his leg is cast. The doctor says that it cannot be repaired, and I was like, damn, Annie, you really fucked his leg. But then again, I'm like, what exactly did she do to your leg? Because it looked like she was just hitting you. Just hitting you with her leg, like. Now, granted, this is olden times. Like, this isn't like Tento does not play Naruto with modern medicine. So, at best, if I'd assume maybe it's a broken bone. Maybe No, you can fix broken bones or dislocated bones. Like, I don't know. Whatever Annie actually did to the man's leg. Maybe I don't know. Whatever the case may be. But then he ends up coming out there and being like, "I'm good, Annie. Good girl. You can become stronger." And so she ends up getting the ring, and so they're like, look at the ring, and then she tells her like, oh yeah, my father gave it to me, blah 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 blah, and then she ends up, and then she's like, oh, is it poisonous? And he's like, see for yourself. So he takes the blade out of it, puts it out, like, and he doesn't stab her with it, and he's like, okay, it's not poisonous. Then the other guy grabs it, and then Annie actually then when he tries to like do some moves on, tries to use it against Annie, she ends up kicking it against and slicing him, and she actually ends up slicing Annie as well, which then gives us the female Titan. We see the female Titan. We don't see her go full on female Titan. We just really see just her using the female Titan's arm. But hey, it was a nice little bit of fan service, and just nice seeing the female Titan make its return. I wish these episodes were also in a better resolution, because like, since these were bundled with manga volumes, they were probably sent just DVDs, so they're probably they are in 480p, which you could really tell. Like, I wish maybe like when all 3 episodes air, they get bundled together as a Blu-ray. It's up, it's remastered to 1080p. I hope that happens, because like, I mean, it's not like it's unwatchable to watch it 480p, but I'm like, because when you watch the main series, which is in like HD, you're kind of like, I wish it was 16. What should I say? The OP. Now, Greg, let me just talk about the OP real quick. Well, it's not much of an OP, it's just a text. It says Attack on Titan on it, but I really dig the song in it. If any of y'all know what the song is for that part, please leave it down in the comment section below, because I really dig that song. It's like, it sounded really bad. Anyway, so she ends up, like getting rid of the guys, destroying the carriage. She gets her arm out. And then she pretty much just, and then she ends up interrogating the guy in the red, being like, where's Karen, or Carly, I don't know if I keep saying Karen, Carly, and he says, like, she's in, like, this apartment building, like, it was, like, 197, I believe it was, and then the other guy, the guy with the gun, who was actually the guy, well, not the guy, well, he claims that he was, and Anthony's like, okay, you were the guy that killed, Carmen, I think his name was, I forget his name, that killed him. And she ends up, and he also shoots her. But Annie, like, of course, because she ends up playing dead. She ends up getting like shot like around the chest, like I think it was actually where her heart it was. Anyway, so she ends up getting shot, and the other guy also gets shot. Annie just kind of sits there on the ground. I was like, okay, Annie, he's gone now. You can get back. And she's like, gets back up, asks her some more questions. And he tells her, like, about how she was working together with Carly, or not. No, when she wasn't that he was also sent out by by Carly's father to find her. But then Carmen, I believe his name was, I forget his name, was also asked for say if they can do. Offer them a job. The job was to figure out where Karen to pretty much hold his father out for ransom for his daughter. So then he ends up dying after he has like one last smoke. He's just like, Dad, I see you. And so Annie leaves and she finds Carly. Pretty much then she she has a dream where she pretty much explains her plan that she was pretty much that she did develop the drug. That she ended up it was very Mickey just really needs ingredients that the military police have, and she was really only doing it along with Carmen to protect his to help out her father because 5 years ago he lost everything, so she's really trying to build him up, but she can't return home because I'm guessing it wouldn't work with her because she said she would avoid working with him because I guess she wants to keep this separately from her father. She doesn't want him knowing that he's creating this very addictive drug. And so she ends up going back to his place, where he tells where she questions him and says you were the one that actually killed Carmen because of the same cigarette you're smoking right now, and the fact that you would know him and all that other shit. And he's like, So, and I love this one part where Annie says at the end of the episode can you stop smoking? Like she said, tells him to stop smoking. I'm like, damn right, Annie, you don't want that secondhand smoke. And he's like, no. You have no right to say that. This is my house, bitch. And then she ends up just grabbing the cigarette out of his hand and putting it in his alcohol. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of the smell of alcohol and cigarettes. She's like, why are you so angry? I'm not angry. I'm tired. And so they, of course, Annie and Carly's father get rid of the body. So everything is in the clear for her. Then she reports to Shapiro that yes, that she did investigate, but she pretty much found jack shit, that she could not find her because she actually gave her a ticket to Wall Rose, I believe it was, so that she could continue her work and help out her father. And she also hands her a beer bottle. She ends up also handing her, and Carly actually hands her a beer and some donuts. And Carol actually Annie likes donuts, which is nice. Anyway, So in the end of the episode, we see at the end of the episode after she reports herself findings to her superiors, we see her in the channel. Let's get another flashback to where she says. Where we see her father come and just hug her and tell him no, I don't expect forgiveness from you, but please return home. Which she has said earlier on the episode when she was with Carly's father about I'm going to return to my homeland. And that's where the episode ends with actually seeing Annie running towards her in the full female Titan with her saying that her mission is of course to kidnap Eren Yeager. But tonight is to directly lead this into the rest of season 1, the second half of season 1. So overall, I give this episode a 9. I really did enjoy it. I really dig the little bits and pieces they showed off about Annie's past. Nothing really too major, because like I said, I expect that stuff to be revealed in the main series, not some spin-off manga. I think it started, wasn't this like a visual novel first, and then it got readapted to a manga, and then it got readapted to an anime series. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward what Mikasa has in store. When the trailer, if I see the trailer dropping, or I actually see it myself, I'll react to it, guys, if I can find it, if I remember to look for it. Not really know much to say. I'm really digging the series. I'm really digging the little bits and pieces we are getting about Annie's past. And yeah, so overall, I give this episode a 9 out of 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, links are just below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.